in this project that I'm telling you about. Mr. Stimson is from the Institute of Jamaica. The Institute of Jamaica. Morning, Mr. Stimson. How are you doing?
Morning, pleasure. Thank you.
Tell us about this Smithsonian thing before we come to Mr. Witter, who actually traveled. Tell us about what the Smithsonian Institute is and what this whole exhibition has been about for years now.
Okay.
Mike, near to your mouth.
The Smithsonian Institution, after many years of research, put on an exhibition in 2007 based on several areas that looked at and had collected objects of Rastafari, something that had not been done or appreciated in Jamaica, and that was needed to preserve that heritage.
I mean, objects like drums,
the
and objects like the writings of Rastaman and woman.
Writings, photographs, illustrations, media articles.
Yeah, musical instrument.
Yes,
anything.
Tools, cultural products, utensils, all of these things that give a representation of really the livity and philosophy of Rastafari. Now, this was done from in the 70s that this collection was being done.
Who was collecting it?
The researcher was Yanni.
Carol Yanni.
Carol Yanni.
Carol Yanni.
And
Carol Yanni is an academic. Is she an anthropologist?
Right. She's an anthropologist.
Anthropology. What do anthropologists study?
Well, what their study is really on human cultures and looking at how different groups in the world live and coexist, and look at what distinguishes one from another, and how they evolve through time, and into the contemporary context.
Yeah.
Her was seminal work. On Rastafari.
People hear the word seminal all the while, but I want my people to understand.
Seminal, really looking at the initial point where an interest in this case Rastafari, was seen from the academic point of view as something worthwhile and worthy of understanding.
Yeah, where the importance can be marked from. Where the start of the importance, or a vital point of the importance, can be marked from.
Well, in the research done by this researcher, it is really, she started in the 1960s.
But what I'm saying, that is what seminal describe. Right. And she started out of the Rodney what? Walter Rodney.
Right. It was at that time that was a culminating point, or really the beginning of a social movement that wanted to embrace in all spheres of Jamaica this understanding of Rastafari culture as something to be dignified and not marginalized.
Why did the incidents about Walter Rodney's presence in Jamaica attract her?
Well, what that brought, it took it onto the international stage. And Rodney, of course, was a academic at the university that was trying to embrace the marginalized Rastafari community.
He wasn't trying. He wasn't trying.
Well, he was going to the community.
Yeah, he was embraced by the community. Really and truly, you know?
Yes.
He was embraced by the community.
Well, he went to the community.
No, we brought him. We brought him, you know.
Right.
Because he was coming from Africa, doing some vital work in history in the university here.
Right.
And we said, well, we was already out there as Rasta youth, doing work out there. And we said, this is a vital man who we need to come and share his history information. Not only that, he was just coming off of some of the liberation fronts, where he was physically involved in the liberation.
So he was a strong activist
So like what you are doing now, we bring him, familiarize him with a lot of the different communities of Rastafari and other African people, because Rastafari is not just about Haile Selassie.
Right.
It is about Haile Selassie teaching, but it is about the defense of the African people. So that is because of the link between the academics and because this university is very important, you know, just like how your institute is very important.
Well, that was what happened at the time, because of the importance of or the coming together of both
Yes.
a local community
Yes.
with an intellectual community,
Yes.
that there was a fear really
Yes.
that this could spiral
Yes.
into something much more forceful.
Yes.
And so
So Carol Yanni got interested.
so that brought that interest
Yeah.
from Carol Yanni
Yeah.
to come as well. And
Coming
look
from Canada and United States.
and then eventually became involved with the
And she started
the
to collect things.
Smithsonian institution that funded
Yeah.
that research.
But she started to collect things.
Right, she began to really, as part of her research,
Yes.
is both the documentation,
Yeah.
oral, visual, and in material culture,
Yes.
around which the events that take place can be in a concrete way
Yeah.
manifested
Demonstrated and manifested.
through time.
So just like how you have Roger Stephens
Mhm.
as an American has been collecting various things about reggae and about the music and about Jamaica till it is a fantastic collection, full up him house and full up many other houses.
Right.
It's the same way
And that
Carol
gives
Yanni was
substance.
collecting these things and it becomes spectacular. The collection becomes spectacular.
And the narration that comes through this collection is what gives a legacy really.
Yeah. Narration means storytelling.
Storytelling.
Yeah.
You tell the story around the objects
Yes.
that manifest the events that are now historic.
Yes.
And you bring it up right into the contemporary because
Eh,
history
and
is
people hear the word contemporary all the while. But one thing me out for do, you know, me out for familiarize my people them with what these words mean. Because them words not bigger than we. But sometimes true is not our first language. Contemporary. What that kind of mean?
well, in the sense of what is happening right as we're speaking.
Yeah.
Because we
Old
often
Testament was then.
think, right, and
New
you think
Testament was then
and you
also.
think even of modern, but
But
modern
now it's
has
Rastafari.
modern has a connotation of still something that is just past us.
Yes, yes. Modern.
Right, but
Just recently.
Recently, but still
Contemporary
brings
now,
it right
ongoing
to,
now.
to where we are.
So Old Testament was then. New Testament was recently. Jesus Christ was recently. But Haile Selassie is now.
Is now right on
And
the spot.
Rastafari is ongoing. That is how contemporary is now and ongoing.
Right. And
Yeah.
that is how this kind of anthropological research is looked at. It's not something that is looking at a traditional culture of 100, 200 years ago.
Yeah, a dead
It's-
culture.
it's-
Like how
it's-
Latin dead. Latin dead, you know, but people still use it as
And there are streams of their influence that come to us.
Yeah.
And in the contemporary, looking right from then, coming right up to now, and what is produced by cultures
Yeah.
as anthropologists.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that is what has been done, and that with the passing of Carol Yanni, Jake Homiak again through the Smithsonian Institution put on in 2007.
Yeah.
All of that work was put together and made a
So
product
Carol Yanni dead and left her things to them.
within Smithsonian.
She leave her things to an institution in America.
Right. Things that
But
had
she's from
collected.
Canada, not true.
Uh-huh.
But she see it important to leave it, and she said the best people to leave it to is the Smithsonian Institute
That
in
has
America.
the widest influence,
Yeah.
and that could get this kind of product
Yeah,
a larger audience.
yeah. Large audience. Because Rasta becomes so influential in the world through music, food, lifestyle, and all different things, and Haile Selassie life most of all, that
Well,
people all around the world want to know what is this about Rastafari. So this collection now helps to demonstrate it more.
Right. It brings,
they've
it,
been
it brings
having-
it to life
Yeah.
through time. After the events, these things are come to life. And not only that, the interviews
Yeah.
and what people have said and that are documented can also bring
Yeah.
those.
So in other words, them
events to life.
interview old-time Rasta people, old-time Rasta woman, old-time Rasta man, new-time Rasta man, new-time
and
Rasta
you see
woman,
the development.
young youth.
Uh-huh.
Let me have all those interviews on tape, on film, on video,
Right. And all of these
all
things,
these things in a one place.
with the material culture,
Yeah.
with the interviews, the first-hand experiences of
Yeah.
Rastafaris who have gone through
Yes.
the tribulations that they have,
Yeah.
and what that has resulted, and how Jamaica has benefited over time based on their struggles as black people,
As of Rasta struggle.
of Rasta
Yeah,
struggles.
because Rastafari is working for the people.
On a global scale now.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, now we're going to go for a break. I want to come back now. We're going to come to Rastafari, the Rastafari brethren, who first and was get involved and now is the contemporary ongoing aspect. It's not about itself. It's primarily about the teachings and example of His Imperial Majesty Haile Selassie. But it's mostly about a group of brethren and sistren working for the African community in Jamaica and around the world and all other people. But our primary task is the plight of the African people in Jamaica and around the world and all the rest of the people in the world. All. So it's a family thing. And whatever you say Rastafari, true Rastafari do, we're doing it on behalf of the rest of the people. Just like how you say the PNP and the JLP claim that they are established for the benefit of all of the Jamaican people. And I want to introduce now Ras Wita. He's a visual artist like myself and been carrying out his artwork for decades now. And Ras Wita is not only someone who was involved in the Smithsonian collection, but traveled to Washington, is it more than one time?
Yeah, about
more than one time,
four
times,
yeah,
in enhancing this whole project. And not only that, now it's part of the committee assembled by the University of the West Indies, the Institute of Jamaica, and the Rastafari Committee to take possession of this Smithsonian Institute exhibition of Rastafari, which is going to travel around the world, but the primary deposit and the primary location of it going to be here in Jamaica, maybe until such time as we have a property of appropriate facility on the continent of Africa. Raswita.
Yeah, blessed in the name of the Most High, His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie I. And blessed to our Father Rita and Ras Jerry Smile. Blessed to the Rastafari community, Naya Bingi House, 12 Tribe of Israel, Bobo, Emmanuel Priest, Ethiopian World Federation, Ethiopian Orthodox Faith. Yes, to the Jamaican people and to the Rastafari community at large. This morning is to present His Imperial Majesty 47th visit to Jamaica concerning the Rastafari existence within the colonial system of yesterday. When I say yesterday, 40 years ago and beyond. The exhibition Rastafari that will be held at the Institute of Jamaica, stated to be open on April 21st of this year, is to represent the Rastafari people indigenously that have been put aside by society, a colonial system over the years, and been treated unjustly based on what they represent. And mainly because they represent going back to Africa. It is a part of a slave agitation against slavery. The Rastafari people and brethren who have been marginalized, when I say marginalized, has been dumped out of society, not given any privilege to exercise any recommendation towards themselves, not given any privilege towards humanity in general. Were dumped at Bakawal. As we know, Bakawal is a place where them called Tivoli Guard now.
Hold on. Because time is limited, you see. I want you to tell of your travel in a short time. Hold on. Of your travel to the Smithsonian, what you saw there, and what will be coming here.
My travel to the Smithsonian.
Where is that?
In Washington, D.C.
United States of America.
United States of America.
Yeah.
The Smithsonian is a place that hosts the culture of different race of people. I went there last year based on the discovery of Rastafari exhibition put on by Dr. Jake Somiak. It is a collection by him and Sister Carol Yarne from Canada, compiling their experience and history of Rastafari here in Jamaica.
So how you got to go there? They invite you?
No, I was invited by Jake Somiak personally, but I never go according to the delegation that was chosen to go from our.
All right. So when you went now, them carry you to the exhibition. How many rooms the exhibition take up?
The exhibition take up a small portion, like say, well, like a 12 by 20 size of thing. It was designated to be more than that, but according to protocol of the institution itself, otherwise the space kind of limited, but enough was there to exhibit what Rastafari people represent within the history of the LGBT in Jamaica.
So you hear me now. So when you go, you see pictures on the wall, and you see various things like drum, kete drum, and different things.
I see all different form of artifacts, pictures, kete drum. I see Bible, ancient Bible. I see swords. I see what you'd call.
It's not chillum pipe.
Yes, chillum pipe out there. They call it, the Indian they call it peace pipe.
Yeah.
And there was.
Now what about the visuals now? The video? How you get to see the videos that are there?
Well, them have a continuous video running on the wall that show a different aspect of Rasta talking. You see Bobo talking, you see Naya Bingi brethren talking, you see a bit of 12 tribe brethren expressing their side of the whole reality of the culture.
Tell me something now. The interviews them where they on sound tape, how you get to listen to those?
Well, you actually hear it, you know. It was when it was a video playing.
Yeah, I know the video is a picture, but you do.
You
but
hear
that
the sound. You hear the sound while looking on the
video.
pictures.
Yes. But don't some of the interviews is just on sound tape alone, like before the days of video.
Yes, some of them.
Yeah. So how you get to hear those separate from the video?
Well, you have some attachment that you put on
or ear or
your ears and
good, I was trying to make people get an idea that it's an experience and similar to what them have done on Liberty Hall, right?
Digital experience where you can put on a earphone and hear, and actually without a earphone you hear otherwise.
So did you see a constant stream of people passing through there interested in it?
Yes, man, millions of people constantly passing through, different race of people, and while I was there, I was explaining to them as well some of the things that them didn't understand.
Yes.
And about Rastafari.
One more thing. Does it depict how many different races of people now are absorbed into Rastafari all around the world?
Well, what it really depicts that the whole world is really interested in what Rastafari people represent today.
Yeah.
Not like yesterday or yesteryear or yestercentury. Yeah. It is now that Rastafari is very focused on by other nations based on their liberty.
One more thing I want to ask you.
Yeah.
Because I was at the university a couple of years ago when Homiak was here, and I think the meeting there was kind of moderated by Tekla Mekfet, and I got the impression that I didn't get the impression that Haile Selassie's philosophy and teachings and his personal character was one of the most prominent part of this whole thing.
This exhibition, Discovery of Rastafari, really exhibit a lot about the emperor. A lot of historical facts were written up on some, tall podcast about 3 feet by 8. Right around the history of Ethiopia, the history of His Majesty and Empress Nenen, and the history of the Bakla Fadawa and the crowning of His Imperial Majesty, his visit to Jamaica. This was very highly about the emperor.
But what about his teachings?
His teaching also, and well, as I said, the space is kind of limited, but his teaching were there on some parts of the plaque. In a little limited space.
Yeah. So were there any videos of him? Because there are many videos, hundreds of hours of video of him available.
Well, yes, there were videos in the mix. You see the video of him within Rastafari speaking about their experiences being Rastafari, Rasta. So,
Rasta brethren and sisters.
Yes.
But I am saying this, that Haile Selassie himself, there's hundreds of hours of tape of him speaking, both in English and in Amharic, and expressing himself about various things. That is there?
Not in that hundreds, but generally, the exhibition, when you finish observe it and listen, it really take you into a world of His Imperial Majesty, both of himself and the people that praise him as the Almighty
It's a good
God.
experience.
A good experience.
Yeah. Well, all right. Thank you very much, Ross. We're going to go for a break soon. But you kind of give a first-hand thing of how you got involved, what you saw. And this gives us an understanding of the reason why you now are going to be one of the main curator. In other words, keeper and carer. Curator is about care. It comes from the word care. Keeper and carer of this exhibition when it is brought to Jamaica. Brother Stimson from the Institute of Jamaica. Brother Witta, artist from the Rastafari community. And we have Sister Sidani Ishigyad as a sister of the Rastafari. You know, this is our hour, especially on a Friday, but every day. This is our time of day that we demonstrate the branding of Jamaica through the music and the brand of the music. And we mostly play older music, and you know, we need to play more young people music. We mostly play older music because I know that has been branded already. But today we're going to celebrate not only some people at the university here, but some people have new stock, some of the young strength of new stock. And we're going to start with Brother Leo, who is not only a technical and a professional in the broadcasting business, but further, Leo, how you doing?
Well, I'm fine.
Yeah, man, great. And you're usually on one side, like I'm usually on the camera side of the camera, but sometimes people take picture of me. You have people who usually on the technical side, the control board side of the recording and broadcasting business. But you yourself also are an artist, not true?
Yeah, recording artist.
What your full name, by the way?
Miguel Lorenzo Carlitos White.
Oh, may I tell you? And what is your stage name? Are you?
My stage name is Leo Lorenzo, but
Yeah.
I used to use Leo Flex, so it gets stuck on me.
Yeah.
You know?
So it's from you in high school or before that you start dealing with music?
From before that, still.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
I won Star Trucks.
Oh, yeah.
That's when I was 13.
What?
In St. Thomas.
Yeah. You grew up in St. Thomas?
Yeah, from Yalas.
Oh, yes, to me. You never went to Yalas High School?
No, I went to Seafort High School.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, man, I used to work out that way, you know. So now, so that means other people at school know that you're into...
Yeah, because at Seafort, I used to do festival songs, competition for the school and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
So the first time you get to record was when?
My first time was in 2009-6 when I came to Kingston.
Yeah.
I link up with King Jammins and Studio Mix.
Mm.
That was my first time recording instrument, informative instrument.
Oh, yeah.
He was the person who introduced me to King Jammins.
Oh, yeah. You have anything by instrument there?
I have a song with me and instrument.
Yeah, because I did have an instrument to play before, and I give Kevin, but I'm surprised when I hear you say you have one of the instrument. But by the way, you want to play a piece of music. Are you a brown girl? You want to play brown? Tell me
Brown Eye Girl.
You write it yourself?
Yeah,
Tell me about it.
I write all songs.
Okay, all I hear. Good.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Well, Brown Eye Girl is a heartbroken song still, you know. But I put it in a lover's way because I met this girl, you know, like a few friends will sit on a corner and this girl keep passing by, she keeps smiling and she like you and things.
Yeah.
So just the look of her beauty does attract you. So you want to write a song for her. So this song is basically telling you about the Brown Eye Girl, which became my wife after a while.
Are true?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. So that means if it fulfill.
Yeah, it fulfill.
Do the trick.
Yeah.
Do the trick, yes.
So we are part 2 still.
All right, introduce it now.
Alright, Brown Eye Girl by Leo Lorenzo. Yeah.
Let it go.
Hey, beautiful. You know, whenever I see you pass me by, girl, you captivate me, baby. Oh, girl. Oh. Brown eye girl, I need you in my world. Every time you pass my way, it seems like I'm going crazy. Brown eye girl, I need you in my world. Cause every time you pass my way, it seems like I'm going crazy. Ever since you passed my way, I've been going crazy, yeah. As beautiful as you are, you're the sky and I'm your star. I'm your knight in shining armor. Girl, I need you in my arms. Girl, you're the one for me, yeah. And I'm the one for you. Brown eye girl, I need you in my world. Every time you pass my way, it seems like I'm going crazy. Brown eye girl, I need you in my world. Cause every time you pass my way, it seems like I'm going crazy. I saw you pass me by. Girl, I love your pretty smile. And the way you stare at me, baby, you got me hypnotized. Girl, I need your name and number so I can be your lover. Girl, I wish that you were mine to love you now till the end of time. Brown eye girl, I need you in my world. Every time you pass my way, it seems like I'm going crazy. Brown eye girl, I need you in my world. Cause every time you pass my way, it seems like I'm going crazy, yeah. Ever since you passed my way, I've been going crazy, yeah. As beautiful as you are, you're the sky and I'm your star. I'm your knight in shining armor. Girl, I need you in my arms. Cause you're the one for me, yeah. And I'm the one for you. Brown eye girl, I need you in my world. Every time.
So Leo, which part, where you learn the technical side of the business?
As in the engineering side?
Yeah.
At Cash Plus Telecom, I learned a few stuff. But before that,
Yeah.
I used to try to own a recording studio, like try a thing,
Yeah.
until I take time and purchase equipments for myself,
Yeah.
internet, YouTube, teach you a lot of things, you know.
Oh yeah.
You learn both those sides and stuff, you know. And I came at New Stock and I learned the technical operating side of it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So you think you could have learned an instrument too?
I can play the keyboard a little still, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that good. So regardless of what recession or anything kind of thing like that, you have some ideas how you're going to survive because you have abilities that you know other people going to need.
Yeah.
That's how we have to approach it.
Yes, man.
Because we must be optimistic. There's no choice. No true.
Yeah.
Then how you and Instrument get to collaborate now?
Well, when I came to Kingston in 2006, Instrument, I started a little recording studio in 2007 at the back of the house.
Yeah.
Did have a computer, I was using a cassette deck and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right? And Instrument, I saw Instrument, but I know the face and thing before. So he was the type of person that helpful with young talents, right? So we start link together now and start showing me certain tricks and trades how to do the music and stuff. So when I got a computer,
Yeah.
he was the first artist that I recorded, and he helped me to get to know people,
Yeah.
so I can help to promote my own stuff.
Yeah, man. You have the thing there we buy this instrument, with your instrument?
Yes, me sure want.
Yeah. We hear it there.
What a beautiful princess. Empress is royal. Leon Flex, I want you to sing something for her. But before you do that, make Instrument say something. Hear this. She intelligent, good looking and sensitive. To a woman like her, she may have a good old marriage. Talented, creative, fun, strong and wise. I will be your husband and your baby wife. Your principles and character 100%. Give me your gentle caress, your positive approval. Clear like the morning, bright like the sun. This a loving where we have no way it can done. When she ignite me body, make everything rise. Like a man going to war, so me get militarized. Can't move slow, me have to be maximized. A woman like a she I always idolize.
She say a me she want. Yes, she say a me she want.
Oh my God.
She say a me she want. Me in her heart, yes, a me in her thought. She say a me she want. Yes, she say a me she want. She say a me she want. Me never no mind, yes, a me in her thought.
Just like a tree, she young, fresh and green. Me love her mouth fragrance and all her body hygiene. Every time me see the woman, a extra heartbeat. From head to toe, a outstanding physique. She have the looks of a cherubim. What a beauty! Love and care she have abundantly. Head of me see a book me waist and looking at me face. A woman like a she, I will always embrace.
She say a me she say a me she say a me she want. She say a me she say a me she say a me she want.
She goes to rise is she rise. Please stay alive. Only you alone can make me feel energized. She say rise is she rise. Please stay alive. Only you alone can make me feel energized.
She say a me she want. Yes, she say a me she want. She say a me she want. Me in her heart, yes, I'm in her thoughts.
Yeah, man. So hear me now. I want you to keep in touch with you. Anytime you do something new, you must tell us, yeah?
Yes, man.
Yeah, man. Nice. That really sounds good. And how you find the rhythm for that?
Well, this rhythm is by Article Music in Europe.
Oh, yeah?
He's a producer in Europe that
Oh, yeah,
instrument tour with and stuff.
Yeah.
So he's the one that said we should do a collaboration.
Yes. All right. Nice going here, sir. And you know, say it up on camera.
Yes, man.
All right. Streaming live. Thank you very much. Here, sir.
Alright, cool.
Yeah, man. Is him engineer most of me promo and all them things I do behind there, you know. And them really know how to work it, you know. Thank you very much, Leo.
Yes,
I want to
okay.
introduce some more of your colleagues here at the station, some young people, multi-talented, and congratulations to two of our interns, Sherry Brown. She's not only a receptionist, but she's other things. And Andre Poiser, not only assistant producer of Fresh Start, but other things. They both got selected to represent the UWI in Washington, D.C., February 5th to the 10th. I tell you, Sherry, is the first time you're going to travel?
Yes.
This is great. You earn it. You know, when you earn something, it's so much different from when you get a little gift of your parents sending you away or something. You have
So
earned
true.
it. You have earned it.
Yes.
First time you travel, Mr. Poiser?
No, sir.
Well, but this one is special because you earned this one.
Yes, sir.
Now, you agreed to participate in the MS Mona School of Business and Management, right?
Yes.
They had an in-house case
competition.
case analysis selection. In other words, analysis of business cases where you analyze the business or the situation in the business and tell me more about it. But how you then Mona School of Business? Are you attached to the Mona School of Business?
Yes, I'm a final year student
Yeah.
in management studies doing accounting.
Apart from being working at New Stock, right? That's
Yes.
great.
They selected 15 persons,
Yeah.
top students in the business department.
So you're already
to
one of the
represent-
top students.
So they say.
Yeah.
To represent the University of West Indies in Washington.
Yeah.
They had a screening process yesterday at 2 p.m. and myself and Andre were a part of it. And
Is
we got
you are part
selected.
of Mona School of Business too?
No, sir. I am
Then-
from Carmack, but
Then how-
They-
I did a business course
Yeah.
with the head of the department,
Yeah.
and I guess I was the top of the class. So I was selected.
Your guess?
Pardon
Your
me?
guess that you were the top of the class.
Well, I was the top of
Yeah,
the class, so I was chosen to.
And how she get to know that
participate.
you were successful there? How Sherry get to know?
Well,
I didn't know anything about that.
They,
You didn't know? Seriously?
They emailed all of us, so.
Yeah.
Well, what the program does is seeks to identify the best analytical minds. So I'm guessing that Andre impressed the lecturer. So,
So by the way, when you were at high school, you know that you wanted to go to the Mona School of Business. You know that you wanted to study business, or it found you. How it happened?
Well, I knew that I wanted to do accounting.
Yeah.
Because ever since, from I can remember, I've always loved dealing with money and management. And going to high school, I did business subjects primarily, and I grew to appreciate, the necessary policy.
You went to high school in Kingston?
No, I'm from St. Thomas.
Yeah, which part?
Morant Bay.
Where you said to me? So
I went to
I
went to Morant Bay High School. Carpe diem, seize the opportunity.
Okay,
Yes.
so it's not only running them good at?
No, we're very good in every area.
All around.
All around.
Where you went to school?
Manchester High and Monroe College.
Oh yeah. So by the way now, accounting now you are interested, you know that. But that is counting other people's money.
Yes.
But after a while you get to find out that you might have some business skill for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You do have business skill for yourself, but you might put it to your own service.
Yes. I plan to have my own chartered accountant firm.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
So at what stage did you know, Mr. Andre?
Well, I'm...
Know that you're headed for Caramac, you're headed for broadcasting. At what point, how did they identify you to even become assistant producer for a radio show? How?
Well, I used to host and produce Issues on Fire, which was a debate show that airs on Sundays on News Talk. So, I guess when they were putting Fresh Start together, they realized that they could have me help produce Fresh Start. So that's how I came to produce Fresh Start. But in terms of media, wasn't particularly interested in it. But a lot of people used to tell me that have the voice of a broadcaster. So I guess that's what sparked my interest. But having worked in media, I realized that it's not so much about being on air, but you also have to understand the business of it and the business model. So that's why I try to do a lot of business courses, because I'm deeply interested in business.
Great. So now, yesterday there was a selection at the Mona School of Business.
Yes, we were all given a case, Tradewind Citrus Limited, which we were supposed to critically analyze their strategic direction, outline the challenges that the organization faces, and make recommendations for improving the firm's performance. So we had about 2 weeks or so to conduct research and to do the analysis, and we presented yesterday.
Yeah. So this performing at this level, can it just be based on analytical skills, or did you need to find out something about the citrus business, about refrigeration, about this, about that?
Well, the case provided information as it relates to that. We were given information about the disease that affect the fruit. So I'm aware of the citrus disease virus, which is a disease that plagues citrus fruits and orange mainly in this case. We had to know about their distribution system, but they have a refrigerated distribution system because their goods are highly perishable. So in terms of knowing about the company, we had to get a background to the company as well, and along with other research.
So how much time before yesterday you got to prepare for this thing?
2 weeks, and as Sherry said, it involved a lot of research, and you also had to be aware of some basic business principles that you apply to the case, to look at the analysis, to identify the problems, and then try to come up with some creative solutions that could help the company.
Yeah. Well, I used to live out of Bagwalk, and when my son was at KC, at JC, him get project to do, and we driving past and walking past and living in the area of the biggest citrus plants in Jamaica for a couple of years, and I took him there, and it bring the whole thing to life to him. Carry inside the citrus factory and all them with it, out in the plant where the thing grow. Matter of fact, where we were living, I well wanted him to live, him and my children, to get some experience living in the country. So it was good the year and a half we spent at my brother's house that was vacant out in the Bagwalk area. It's 15 acres citrus and all kind of different fruit. And there's a citrus plant down the road, down the hill. Did you actually go to any citrus? Did you go anywhere to familiarize yourself?
Well, we weren't required to do primary research,
Yeah.
so basically we had to stay within the ambits of the case that was given to us.
But your imagination must have strayed to.
Well, certainly in your
Yes.
research,
Yeah.
you go online, you look at the factory and
Yeah.
See
then
pictures on the website
Right.
and so
Yeah.
forth.
and then another important thing too was that you looked at other citrus factories abroad, so you can make a comparison
Yeah.
and see whether or not Tradewind is operating at an international standard.
And it also has to do with the method of analysis that you use. I use the SWOT analysis method, identifying your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats. I think Andre used the Porter's.
Porter's 5 forces model.
Yeah. So that will determine the approach that you take, and by extension, the type of presentation that you give.
So maybe now you get drawn either equally or get drawn overboard from broadcasting now into business, you Mr. Poison.
That's the plan, yes.
Yeah, that's the plan. That will pay.
We can start a business together.
Yes, that's great. Yes, man, that's great. And it's great to know that you enjoy what you're doing while you're passing through difficulties. We know about the student loan bureau difficulties and the difficulties
Yes,
of
I'm
the
on
different
student
families and all that kind of thing. But once you know that what you're doing is paying off academically, practically, it gives you strength to go through all of these difficulties, not true?
Indeed.
Yeah, man. So I'm so glad that it's a very special time that you get this trip, you know.
Really?
You are going to Washington.
In a very
Just
cold time.
Not only that, but I wouldn't mind that. Just after the inauguration
Of President
of one of the most
Obama.
historic presidents of America. And not only the inauguration, but the second term, which it was a challenge to say, boy, you're not going to make it, you know. You're not going to graduate, you know. Because this is really the graduation for Obama, you know. It's like the first year and second year, but you had to drop out of university. But, you know, the graduation and the second term, you know. And you're going to experience things there at the competition. You're going to experience, you have been abroad before, but she hasn't been, but you're going to experience being in Washington in the cold among, you know, African Americans outside their country, all different kind of things. It's great experience.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, man. Thank you very much for having been here.
Thank you for
Thanks
having
for
us.
having us.
Yeah, man. Welcome. Well, now we're going to go back to our guest, but I think we're going to be joined on the line there. Give me back a little piece of the blender there, please. Because we have to blend the whole thing. There was Leo, and then there was all of these people from New Stock, you know. Leo there, the technical operator, but also the artist. Sherry Brown, receptionist, but also a business person. Andre Poise, a producer, but also a business analyst. And that is how the mix go.